Hey, I'm Rachel. I'm a pastor for Circle of Hope, and I'm here with a little reflection on our Sunday meeting about how God can do the impossible. There was a young man who came to Jesus, and he said, "What do I have to do to get to heaven?" And Jesus instructed him about all the religious laws of the day, and the guy said, "Well, I'm already doing that." And Jesus said, "Well, there's one thing you're missing. Give away all your possessions and come follow me, and then you'll have eternal life." And this young man walks away sad because Jesus had honed in on the one thing that just felt impossible for him to do. He couldn't imagine giving away all of his stuff. He had a lot of property. He was a wealthy young man. He had achieved a lot in his life, and he couldn't imagine God taking care of him, I think, beyond what he could do for himself. And I used to think that way too. I used to think I kind of had to do it all and make it all happen for myself. And in fact, one time when I was a teenager, I was rock climbing with friends, and I had reached the top of this cliff. I had achieved it, free climbing, and I was at the top, and my friend who had gotten there first offered me his hand to help me up that last final step. In fact, my elbows were on the top of the mountain, and I said, "No, I got this," instead of taking my friend's hand. And in that moment, my feet slipped off the rock, and I fell 60 feet onto my head. My poor friends had to medevac me off the mountain with my head split open. But I lived, and I learned that God is in fact saving me, that I am not doing life on my own, and that grace is bigger than I could ever imagine. And I wish the guy in this story had been able to get a glimpse of that. Maybe he got a glimpse of it later after he walked away. But the fact is that God offers eternal life freely. It is impossible for us to achieve. So even his initial question to Jesus was impossible. What can I do to inherit eternal life? It was impossible. Is impossible. But here God is, the life giver, the life sustainer, offering us this gift of eternal life. And it just gives me a lot of hope, because I think there are a lot of things that feel impossible in our lives right now. This political climate, surviving the pandemic and how unsafe the world feels, forgiving people that mistreat us, loving each other and being a community. I mean, these are pretty impossible things. But I'm reminded in this story that it's God who does the impossible. And so my prayer for us this week is that we could actually remember to ask for help, to partner with this God who does the impossible, instead of feeling like we have to do it all on our own. God bless you.